Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another EverQuest Classic Adventure, and today we're going to be going through one of my favorite old school zones from the Velious days, known as Crystal Caverns. Really cool place, and with great music, great layout, great mobs, just an awesome place. And I remember the first time I came here, I was in the Frontier Mountains with a group hunting giants, and we were complaining that we didn't have enough cash. And one of the guys said, hey, there's this awesome little dungeon that's kind of hidden that not many people know about, that have these genomes. And when you kill them, they drop these gems. And it's a great way to make money, great EXP. And we were excited, and we got here, and I was just amazed by everything about it. You have to remember, back in the day, there was no POK stone to click on. I mean, you had to go out and adventure and find these places. And so we're in Eastern Waste. And you got to think, this was a long haul. This was a long haul back in the day. And you would run through here in this place guarded by these orcs. And it was fun just surviving the run through here. You had to hope that you could get through here quick enough to not get hit by these guys, and click on this gate, and then click on this little ball and zone you into Crystal Caverns. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a cool little thing to click on. And it was, you have to think, 15 years ago, this was incredible. And the zone itself is just magnificent. And even now, I still think the level of detail is so much better than anything that EverQuest creates to this day. And you would fight your way down through here. And of course, it was quite challenging. And just a fun experience. You didn't know what was around the corner, and you had these little ice sculpture things that are kind of lighting up and stuff, and just so cool. Just so cool. Typically what I would do back in the day is I would invis myself, and I would just hop down to the bottom of this to get to the bottom, rather than try to fight my way all the way down, which is what we're going to do here in a second. But first I wanted to see if this herbalist is up. And he would drop this herbalist pack, which was a weight reduction backpack. That was just really sweet for the time. Any backpack back in the day that reduced weight was worth some serious bucks, and worth the effort to try to locate and find. It doesn't appear that this guy is up, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to kill the herbalist, but what can you do? What can you do? If he's not there, he's just not there. And it's not looking good. Not looking good for the herbalist, but that's alright. Let's do what we came here to do, which was to explore. So you could fight your way down this little ice sculpture thing if you wanted to. And it was a lot of work. It took a lot of time, but if you'd had nothing but time, there's the herbalist right there. If you had nothing but time, which if you were playing EverQuest back in this day, you either had the time or you didn't play the game. It was quite that simple. Let me cast some thorns here on myself just to speed up the death of these stragglers hitting me. Let's go kill the herbalist real quick and see if he drops the bag that I was telling you about. Alright, here he is. And he did. Herbalist pack. Large capacity, 25% weight reduction. I'm even excited about this at this very moment. But I thought I had one of those already. No. Well, looky there. 15 years later, the zone is still useful. But I would be, you had to think back then, getting that would have been a big deal, guys. Would have been a huge deal. Would have been great success. Would have been worth the risk and the trip. You also have to think, you get in these deep dungeons far out in these expansions back in the day, and you die, you're in big trouble. And you got a long corpse run. You got to hope that you can make it back to your body and all that stuff. And it was a lot of work. Here's another named guy. I think all he drops is a silly sword or something like that. But we can add it to our collection. Nothing. Or did I even click on the right thing? What do we got there? Oh, Defiant. Defiant was not in the game back in the day. Oh, get off me, guys. But typically I would jump down here, I'd be invised. And what I would do is I would pull these mobs individually. I was playing a druid at the time. And I would run them up and down this hall, kiting them. Which took bloody forever. Just forever. But it was so fun. It was so fun. It wouldn't be fun to the gamer today. Back then, man, it was worth it. It was so worth it. And just the level of detail, again, it's just so much better than what it was back in the day. And the music was so much better. And music in these expansions and in these zones would be at specific places. You know how you zone into a zone now and it's the same old music the whole time you're in the zone. If you notice here, you have no music, but when you would enter into a certain part of the zone where something changed, the music would hit, just like it is right now. And it would hit at that perfect time as things change, and it would give you wonder. And this is so lost on games today. Because games today are just about, crushing out the expansions, getting the content out there, same old stuff, cookie-cutter stuff. Back then, they took the time. I mean, look at the level of detail for 15 years ago. And some of you, if you never played EverQuest, you're looking at this and you're going, this is crap. But back in the day, this was amazing. What is this little area? I don't remember this little area. And it just gave you a sense of wonder. It was, you just couldn't wait to get out there and explore it and to see what it was all about. And it was just really, really cool. And I liked how the music would hit and how, the whole dynamic changes. You go from, you're in that area. Oh, getting myself turned around here. Luckily, I've spent more time in this zone than I have, in some places in real life. That's kind of sad, but it is what it is. But, you come out of this cave area, and then boom, you're into this wonder, and you're like, what's next? What's around the corner here? And I remember seeing all this for the first time. And, also you'd be kind of afraid, because again, if you die, you've got hours of trying to retrieve your body, and all that experience lost, and it's just a nightmare. So each corner you would turn, you'd be like, oh, I hope there's not a mob there, and if there is, I hope it doesn't see invis. And then you see these guys, and you're like, are they good or are they bad? And you con them, and they're dubious. What was cool about this is right in the middle of the zone is this little, ice dwarf town where you could do your banking, you could sell stuff, so you could literally just live in this zone for 10 or 15 levels, which I did, and it was awesome. And of course, look, we move into another area of the zone and the music changes to match what's taking place. I don't think we have enough faction to actually utilize the banks and stuff. Oh, I can! Access to the bank. So yeah. What a cool little concept right in the middle of, a zone. Very cool. Very cool. So you could come here, you could use the banker, but you need faction to sell. Like, these guys will not let me click on them and sell to me, because I have to build up faction. Unless I killed enough of those orcs. Nope. Still no faction. Anyway, you would run through here, and this would take you out. So you have the whole orc section, which you could spend just days just fighting that when you were low level. But then you get through it, and then you go back into the wonder. And I just to me, this is just so cool. I just feel like games I understand the graphics aren't this high quality, but the level of detail that people took is so different. And then I remember always trying to make this jump, which I could never make. Oh, I made it. I actually made that jump. And just look at the floor, like the rocks and stuff. They don't even take the time to put this level of detail into the game now. This was 15 years ago. Now it's just everything's cookie cutter. Look at that. See, to me, I look at this and I say, what great level of detail. How much time they must have took to create this little zone. And you had to discover this place, There was no magical map. There was no, you found this stuff by exploring. There's no exploration in games anymore. Hop out of there. Sometimes just getting out of the water was a chore. Alright, so you had two options once you got here. There's genomes up there, which I spent a lot of time doing. What's over here? Actually, I don't remember going right here. Let's check this out real quick. There's also like this spider queen thing. And there would be a named one of these, but they're not up right now. So let's head back out and see if that spider queen is up. As I just train all this stuff here. So you could go in on the other side, and you've got these spiders to deal with, and at the very end would be a spider queen, if she was up. And I don't remember what she dropped, if she dropped some type of robe. I don't quite remember. Hopefully she's up, we can kill her, and we can add the item to our collection. I'm going through and I'm collecting like old school drops. And there's a lot of old school drops that just don't drop anymore. And she's not up. What a disappointment. What a disappointment, folks. Sorry that happened. In our last EverQuest adventure, we went to find Ifriti, and Ifriti wasn't up. I mean, it's just very disappointing. But as you can see, it's just a really cool place to explore, and you can try it. And some of you, maybe you went here, and you're listening to the music, and you're seeing the mobs, and this zone hasn't been revamped, the mobs haven't been revamped, and you're probably like, man, that brings back such awesome memories. And it really, really does. I want to go up here and show you the genomes, because this is what I would come here to do, because you could make some dollars off of them. And, which looks like somebody might be hunting here. You could make some money off of the drops, and it was just cool. It was just really, really cool. But somebody might be hunting here, actually. Yes, they have fallen. The comrades have fallen. Let's see if we can find the guy who's actually hunting here, and just give him props for knowing where an old school zone is, and even though it's not a hot zone, still taking the time to explore this cool place. Mercenary. Pfft, we didn't have mercenaries back in my day. I can't inspect this person. But I suppose I can salute this person. I salute you. Well done. I cheer for you. Why are my emotes not working? Oh, lame. Oh my gosh, get off of me. Die. And my pet's just like chilling. Like, could you, I don't know, like, guard me? How about that? Gee. I'm like getting beat up and my pet's just like doo-doo-doo. Lame, man. But just really cool. And unfortunately, I can't really show you the genomes. Am I even saying their name right? Geonid. Geonids. 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 Because somebody's killing them right now. But just a cool place. And I would just run up and down here. And I would just kill these for hours. Just, there's that other one. Get off. Hour after hour after hour. We'll leave that stuff for that guy to loot. It was just so fun. So fun. But that's pretty much the content. There is one other thing I'll show you right outside of the zone. Which was also kind of cool. You know, I just don't think there'll ever be a game that recaptures the magic that this one had. You know, because It's all about just making as much money as possible now, as quickly as possible. So here would be the end of the zone, and you would zone out right here. Instead of just creating great quality. I'm hoping that EverQuest Next turns out to be something, but to me it looks like it's just cartoony, wannabe, just like everything else that's on the market. But I guess I can't judge right now because, let's face it, I haven't played it. But there's this place right here, right where we entered in, that also has some name mobs that drop some pretty cool items for that time. So let's check. What is going on with all of these peeps being in this noob? I just really surprised that there's this many people that still even know what this is. Let's cheer for this guy. Kudos to you, my friend, for... I salute you, sir. I salute you. Wait. For knowing that this place exists. And he's farming something here. So we will stay out of his way. But there's a couple named mobs in there. Or no, he's not farming. He's probably thinking, oh my gosh, this guy just came in and wrecked everything. Yes, I did. These guys are all lame. None of them are named. But there was some sweet gloves that dropped in here. I remember getting a pair, you know, for the time. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to show this to you, Velious. If there's any other zones that you would like to see, please leave in the comments below and hit the share button. Hitting the share button is extremely important. It really motivates me to create more of these. I would like to do the Frozen Tower, which is also awesome, which will be a much longer video because you have to collect the keys to move to each tier. Hey, what's this? Which was a sweet, sweet place as well. There's actually a lot of awesomeness involved. It's just a savage direwolf. A lot of awesomeness involved with this expansion. There was also Sky Shrine, which we can do. I spent a lot of time there. I mean, you name it, we can make it happen. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments below, hit the like button, and I will see you again soon. Peace out.